are going now. How do you like them apples? Ooh. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Ooh, I'm dragging a little bit, but I'm happy to be here.
Well, it is legitimately a dreary, rainy, stormy morning.
I love it.
Some people do. I think we'd all rather be asleep, but instead we're caffeinating. Yep. Once again, through our favorite place these days, Seven Brew.
Our future sponsors.
Yeah, Seven Brew, please sponsor us. We promise to mention you every single week. This time I got the brunette, and it is super tasty. There's some chocolate in here. I don't even know.
Yeah, there has to be.
So good. You hear our ice rattling around.
That's why I get mine blended, because I can't be trusted with ice.
No,
We've established this.
Oh yes, if you heard our first episode, you know
sure.
that Jody had ice in her mouth almost every time.
Oh, I was talking like this.
We forgive you.
I don't know if you can even tell. I don't know. I got the, what did I get? I got the white chocolate mocha, which is contradictory, and that's why I got it. It's pretty good, and I got it blended because, yeah.
And that whipped cream.
And I got whipped cream.
That's so pretty. How about you, Wendy?
I'm sticking with the tried and true cinnamon roll.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days I'll switch it up. I just don't know what else. That's the only thing I've had from there. So
Oh,
I just
yeah.
really like that. I need to look at their menu.
That's all right. You know, favorites. Who knows what I'll do next? Maybe I'll try yours. So well, let's get it on. Let's start flicking beans here. Let's start it. So this was Twins Week.
Yes.
And we did the movie Twins.
Mm-hmm, classic
Twins, which was 1988, again, the year I graduated.
We've been picking a lot of movies from 1988.
Yeah, because I'm the boss. Or so I'd like to think.
Because these are impressionable.
Yes. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, Wendy, we could look at, a certain formative year that you had and the movies that influenced you during that time. And then, so Twins. And then the second movie is one of my all-time favorites, Stuck on You. So which one do you want to talk about first? Let's do the old one. Let's do the Twins.
Because the other one is what, 2003?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Twins. I have the
25 words or less synopsis.
Oh, I didn't count my words, but you can stop me when I get to 25.
I don't know. That's a point.
So, yeah, December 9th, 1988 was released, and Ivan Reitman directs it. Let's see. Julius and Vincent were separated at birth after a genetic experiment. Julius finds Vincent in LA. They find their mother, and a happy family is formed. Kind of glossing over some stuff there.
Oh, so no, not at all.
We've got... And I found that, I don't know, this movie is so sweet, I think. I don't know. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito, Chloe Webb, Kelly Preston.
Yes.
And at the end, we have more twins. But Danny DeVito is an absolute national treasure.
I love how, he is the womanizer in this film.
I know.
And women just
awesome.
love him. And I'm like, why?
Right.
I guess it's his sweat.
But it would have been, back when I watched it when it came out, I would have been like, he's gross.
Oh, for sure.
And now I'm like...
the scene where he is just giddy, dancing around, getting ready for his date, making up sing-songs, and part of me was like, I'd like somebody to get that excited about going on a date with me. And the other part of me was like, how very Adventures in Babysitting is where she's dancing around, getting ready for her date. I mean, do men do that?
I don't know, but
Danny DeVito does in
I
the
don't
movie.
think
It's
so.
called
Night,
Twins.
bro. It's your night, bro.
And
Oh, my
Arnold was
God.
cute as a button.
Oh, yeah. Yakety yak, don't talk back.
Oh my gosh.
He's so, he's really good at playing just the innocent. He's just this innocent little large person who was raised on an island with like two other people or whatever.
So, brings up the debate nature versus nurture, doesn't it? Had to throw that in because completely, like, DeVito was given nothing and nobody, and Arnold acknowledges that.
Oh, the whole.
You're right. I mean, it is very sweet, very touching. The way that they are so different yet so alike is.
I love in the opening scene when they don't realize they're walking past each other in front of the Chinese theater, and they both stare at it and scratch their butt the same way.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that was so perfectly executed.
Oh my god! Yeah, they did great.
I wonder how many takes that took.
So many, and once they dress the same in those little suits,
Oh my gosh, precious.
that is. It's so much. It's so funny. And they both take off their jackets, and when they swing it around to the shoulder, like literally Arnold's is just the height to go right over DeVito's head and land on his shoulder. It's so great.
Yeah. This movie was just, I don't know, it's just such a wholesome. It's wholesome. There is a sex scene, but it's even cute. I mean, it's implied.
Is that
it's
when
implied.
Mrs. John Travolta is there? Oh God, and his face.
His face was just
dazed and
confused.
like frozen, and just the goofiest
happy.
face I've ever seen on any human. He's already got kind of a strange face. I kept calling her Mrs. John Travolta, but I know her name is Kelly Preston.
Yes.
And then at one point I was like, I wonder how many of the people starring in this movie are Scientologists. and then I Googled that, and I couldn't really come up with it. I had to be more specific.
I think it was just her.
No, Arnold has a connection to Scientology.
But he isn't one.
But it took me down a rabbit hole that I wasn't comfortable with.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So did anybody notice any little, like there were little Easter eggs scattered throughout? He says, "I'll be back."
I know.
at one point.
I had that. Oh my gosh.
And it's, he's going to find Vincent just by walking. And,
Yeah, of
And then they
course.
get this twin, I don't know.
They feel
Oh,
each
yeah, they
other.
can feel each
Radar.
other, the twin
or-
thing.
Yeah. I felt you.
Oh my.
I felt you, Vincent.
Oh, and he,
Oh, who doesn't want a gigantic, muscly virgin?
who doesn't? Let's take a survey.
Wow.
And then DeVito says, "Money talks and bullshit walks," which is Fran Drescher from Spinal Tap.
Oh, nice.
Said that on
Good
Spinal
one. Good catch.
But yeah.
Oh,
I'm still
man.
confused about how the sperm fertilized the egg in such a way that they got Arnold, that they were able to genetically, I don't know,
I'm surprised.
take all the good stuff. and give
I'm
it to
surprised he
Arnold.
didn't just absorb DeVito.
Yeah, eat him.
He sure came out looking like he had.
For sure.
Yeah. He was like 6 months old.
Pitch perfect.
It's perfect.
He
I
was,
ate my twin in the room.
So they do, just as some detail, they do find their mom. They were told that mom died in childbirth. Julius was told that, and was Vincent told that too?
Yeah.
But Vincent went to an orphanage. Julius stayed on the island and learned how to do every
I think.
thing.
Well,
No, I think Vincent knew she was alive because he thought that she abandoned him.
That's right, because there was a letter of some sort.
Yeah.
And then she thought she had, I don't know if she even knew she had twins.
she didn't know she had twins.
I don't think so.
And in one
And
scene,
when
she's
she-
wearing, go
She
ahead.
said, yeah, I had a baby once. She was like,
Yeah,
That's
but
right.
it
So
died.
she was like, they were, yeah.
So there was all this intrigue and secrets.
Well, my
and
favorite
darkness.
part was when she finally confronted that doctor and punched him in his face.
That was good. I like that actress. She has got some.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
love her. She's 6 Feet Under. She's great in that. If you ever watched that show, it's an HBO show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really
I
good series.
loved that series. Oh, my gosh.
She's
that was
also,
so good.
Can't think of her
Barney's
name.
mom on How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
Okay.
She's pretty snarky. She's pretty
Very. And
pretty blunt, and I feel like that maybe that reflects her actual character
sure.
in life. But
And to live in an artist colony. Well,
No
everyone's
kidding.
painting on plein air.
yeah, that was pretty cool. And they were all elderly too. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And
well,
then
for sure.
there was
Okay,
I
I'm
was
thinking
going to
of
wear a
that one
muumuu today because she was wearing one in one scene when she found out, when she saw the article about them saving the world or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, but I was too cold. so I didn't wear my muumuu. I had it set out and everything is purple.
No, I love a good muumuu.
Oh, I've got
I just
doesn't?
realized
I've got
that
a lot.
I'm wrong about that. I saw that actress I was talking about in 6 Feet Under in something else I watched.
Oh,
We watched
okay.
The Joker yesterday, and she was the mom in that.
So it wasn't
Okay.
the
It
same.
wasn't this lady. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to cut that out. So,
Talk amongst
So,
yourselves. I'm
okay.
going to look her up and see what her name is.
Yeah.
so the intrigue of which you speak, there's that.
There's a little.
And the suitcase full of money, Danny DeVito is as big as he is. And then I was like, oh, he's so little he can hide in small spaces in this warehouse. And he's getting shot at or something. And then when Arnold finally comes to save him, I felt you. And they unleash that. How are there so many chains? And they
Oh my
literally,
God, I loved that
they
bit.
literally murdered a man. That
Yeah,
is
and it was no
glossed
big deal.
over. I mean, there's zero chance of survival when a huge pile of chains falls on you.
It fell for like 3 minutes.
How
It
did
was
they
like as
know
tall
that
as
that
Arnold at
lever
the
was
end.
going to do that?
Yeah.
They did.
They
They
did.
were hoping.
Oh my, there's always a scene in a warehouse where you hit a giant button or
And something
pull a
happened.
lever. Yeah, and like I don't know my way around a warehouse or a factory. Do you? You know.
Where's the button?
Yeah, right. Give me that
I
big
hit the wrong button.
I would
Yeah.
just open the garage door. Is what I would end up doing,
I would start the cotton candy
and I would
machine.
try to run away.
This may this is how things were in the 80s, but I want to know if this is just how things are in movies. There's a scene where the two sisters are in the supermarket and they're sharing a cigarette while they grocery
Yes.
shop.
I have that written down.
Do you? Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was so weird.
Just that they
And
were
then I'm like,
smoking
can
at
you
all.
Could you smoke in grocery stores in the 80s?
Yes, but I never saw anyone do it.
I think so.
You could smoke in restaurants.
There was
Yeah,
a time when you
restaurants, sure, I
there was
remember.
a period of time where you could smoke at your desk in school. Like the
Yeah,
ashtrays were
if
built
you were 18
in.
yeah. Iowa State, when my brother went to ISU in 1979, the lecture halls all had, those seats that are built in that you can't move, and
Yeah.
they all had ashtrays.
Listen,
Oh my
there
gosh.
used
Airplanes,
to be
Smokers'
so
paradise.
much smoke. There was so much smoking.
Yep,
So much smoking.
in my car.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. Car smoking, that's the only place I really ever see anybody smoking anymore.
Yeah,
Is, like,
because it's
out
just
the
not
car window.
socially acceptable.
Once in a great
And
while,
everybody's
I'll see
got
somebody
vapes
outside.
now, so
True.
it's almost in secret. It seems like because you don't smell it and you don't know if a friend is actually a secret vapor,
Right.
or just like
I'm coming out
just
as
like
a
when they
secret
go
vapor,
out.
Bridget.
Huh?
I'm coming out right now as a
Oh
secret vapor.
God, I knew
no,
it.
I've got the lung
Something
cookies. I can't
shady
do
about
anything.
you. Oh my gosh.
I just
Yeah,
thought
that
and
fucking
she also
chain.
smokes in bed, which I know is like a thing. But do you?
Oh yeah, you smoke
That's
in bed.
just
Yeah.
dangerous.
Oh yeah.
I've never done that ever.
Yeah, you would. Yeah,
I mean, not literally.
when I was
always-
when I
see
was a
it.
smoker in
Yeah.
the 80s. Yeah, I
You would smoke
smoked in
in
bed.
bed?
Yeah.
No.
But not like like after sex, you might smoke in bed. But
That is
not
so cliche.
not
Yeah.
like I am. No, I wasn't like that weird old lady with overflowing ashtray on the nightstand. Jody, she's going for the whipped cream. There she
No,
goes.
I keep losing my straw. The lid to this thing is just so big, and then
That's
I keep
what
losing
she
my
said.
straw. That is what she said.
Oh
your lid's
my
so big.
god.
What?
Yeah, and then I can't get over how like they are, and then the twins have twins. How unlikely. And final thought, and I'm so serious about this. Pleated pants cannot come back in style. That, my friend, that really happened.
It did.
That
For a
really
significant
happened
amount
in
of
the
time.
80s. Yeah, men
But they
and
didn't-
women both.
I'm gonna say they wore them well, as well as anybody could.
That was a sharp laugh. I'm very sorry, but they wore them well.
They wore them well.
They were very high
I'm
waisted.
sounding like they're dead or something like that.
I
They
think
wore
that
them
Arnold's
well.
shorts, like his boxer shorts, they were quite custom made, and I would bet you that they would be probably, if I put those on, I could probably get my whole body into it.
We can each go in a leg.
Yeah, honestly, But yeah, luckily we were very privileged to have seen Arnold in his boxers.
For sure.
There was
Yeah.
lots of points where they were making up opportunities for him to be shirtless.
Oh heck
Oh,
yeah!
God,
Like
yeah,
when
for
he
sure.
just needs to change his shirt and puts on that Born to Be Bad.
Oh,
He's
so
the
funny.
best ever. With a baby with a blue
tight.
mohawk. Oh my gosh.
It's a tight,
And
tight
I didn't look it
shirt.
up, but I feel like that's got to be on sale somewhere.
Oh,
my
we probably
God.
need that.
Well, can I also say, or did I already say that this was nominated for Golden Globe?
Yes, I wrote that down.
Okay.
It was for best song.
Oh, that's great. So, I also decided to jot down categories that Amazon Prime put as the categories for this
Oh.
movie. Okay.
Interesting.
Comedy,
Yes.
Sure.
gentle,
It's true, though.
strange,
Yes.
Really?
and campy.
Campy.
I
Campy
about
for
died
sure.
with gentle.
Gentle.
It's not,
not
all
even
that strange,
it's more
though, either.
wholesome.
Wholesome,
Well,
sure.
It needs to
Than
be
gentle,
wholesome.
but
It really is
it's
sweet.
super sweet. Like their relationship with each other, they have really good chemistry.
I hope they're best friends to this day
Yeah.
in real life.
That's so funny.
I
And
hope
I
so,
don't
too.
know that my opinion of both of them, like I said, I think I watched this very differently, obviously, in the 80s.
Oh,
when it came
yeah,
out.
for sure.
But, having the years to get to know DeVito and Schwarzenegger and what they've done in between, and how Danny is such a cute little lump of a guy right now. I really wish he and Rhea Perlman would have stayed together. I think they were cute. But anyway, and Arnold's still acting too and doing the cutest crap that he's in
And
some show. What's it called? Fubar? I don't know.
There is a documentary about Arnold, and it's out now. I want to say it's Netflix.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
It's good.
I haven't watched it, but I've seen it.
It actually, yeah. I really liked hearing, his beginnings, and I think it's supposed to maybe have another season where he's talking about more recent stuff and maybe his politics. But
Yeah,
I
know
don't,
if
I don't get into his politics. But
I don't agree with his politics.
right, as an
but
actor, I
could
like
hang with him.
Yeah.
He doesn't align with a lot of things politically wise, but he is
No.
one of the main reasons that California legalized weed. So I give
There
him
you
props for
go.
that.
There
Love
you go.
it.
On his
Love
way
it.
out, he was just like, sign that in, and then he left office. I was like, way to go,
Oh,
Schwartz.
I completely
Schwartz.
forgot the best thing I wanted to tell you guys today.
Oh,
So, my friend Alyssa has twins, okay? And she said, she texted me and she goes, "You guys should do the movie Twins." And I thought I had already told her that was the movie we were going to do. And so I said,
is this Flip Flop Girl?
"Flip Flop Girl."
Alyssa.
Yes.
Is it my Alyssa and your Alyssa?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Hi, Flip Flop Girl. You've ever listening?
Fun. Okay, so she goes, "You should do the movie Twins." And I said, "Tomorrow." And she's like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought that I had told her, but I hadn't." Anyway, she said, "My girls have a movie poster of twins." She sent me a picture, and that's because when Shelley was carrying them, one was a little bigger than the other, and so they would call one of them Arnold and one of them Danny or Vince. So there you go.
Vince and Julius.
And I have photo to prove that. It was very priceless. So I couldn't wait to tell you guys that, and I'll show you the picture a little later.
No, it's this.
Oh yeah, show the finger.
This is the.
Okay.
Okay.
So did you have more to add?
No, just that. Did I say that I really like Chloe Webb? I really like Chloe Webb. I don't.
Which
know
one
why.
is Chloe Webb?
Danny's girlfriend.
Oh,
there
was
was
she-
just a big lightning.
Was she Sid and Nancy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think so.
she played Nancy.
I think so, and she was on China Beach, and she was
Spongin.
I don't like her, Nancy Spungen.
Oh well, no, she's crazy.
Is she still alive? I hope not.
I don't know.
You didn't say that. Did I say
I
that?
don't know. Your nails look great, by the
Did
way.
they? One of them broke.
Yeah. So the our last little thing on this one is: would you recommend it? Would you insist that your friend? I don't know if you can hear this on the recording, but we have got some serious thunder going on here.
Yeah.
The house just shook a little.
Yeah, it sure did.
That's exciting.
That's okay. Gus
Really?
doesn't seem to be affected. That's good.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Yeah, Rocket doesn't
No,
care
that's
either.
nice. My
No.
dog's at home on drugs.
Yeah, fireworks and stuff like that they don't bother her. I don't know why.
Ugh.
Yeah, Rocket
All
too.
right.
Well, she's part hunting dog.
True.
So
She grew up on a farm too. So,
So are you going to insist?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody needs to watch this movie. If you don't, I don't like you anymore.
Wow.
I know.
yeah, I say this is a must watch for me.
I
I think you will notice too. Like, I have seen this movie, but it's been a really long time. I didn't remember very much of it, but I did notice like stuff that has been parodied.
Yes.
Other places, there's references in a lot of other media to this movie. So for that reason, I think it's fun to watch too.
Yes, I agree. I would insist that somebody watches it. I mean, it is funny and it's gentle.
Yeah.
And it's strange.
And it's apparently strange. And
Yes.
campy.
No, it really is. It's very fun for the 80s with pleated pants.
Pleated pants in a really, really, really light stone-colored off-white. I didn't see that color wasn't, but it was cute when they wore it.
I love it. All right, that was Twins. You want to move on to the other one?
You do.
I do. I love this movie. Okay,
Oh,
but
you have 25
I
words.
have 25 words. I literally counted them and I had to take some out. Okay, here's my 25 words. Conjoin two great actors, implausible one-liners, and exploration of surface-level shame into a movie that celebrates differences and flaws, crossword puzzles, and independence.
Crossword puzzle.
I'm gonna have to step up my
Didn't
game
he
in the writing.
at some point, he at some point say that the crossword puzzles were easier in LA than they were at Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
so,
then at the end when he couldn't come up with dog, and there was a dog sitting right there.
God.
There are some very obvious
I'm
things
gonna
in
say-
this movie, and I love it.
yes, I'm going to jump to the end and say I already insist that you have to see this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so okay. They're conjoined twins, and we've
And it's
got
who?
it's Matt Damon and it's
Matt
Greg
Damon.
Kinnear, and they are very, very different, as you would expect two brothers to be, even though they're conjoined. And that in itself is so funny. And yet you're sitting there going, well, wow, they really do a lot of stuff in very smooth ways. It makes me wonder how much did they practice?
Yeah.
Did they have to walk around the set all day strapped together?
And how hilarious and how
Right.
much fun did they have doing
oh
that?
my gosh.
Because they're both
so
pretty
good.
and funny and goofy.
So good. I mean, and you see that from the get-go, that morning routine.
Yeah.
And it's Matt Damon who's into being fit, and Greg Kinnear is not, but he
And
has
he's
to be
like-
along for the ride.
But at the end, did you see Matt Damon was pretty much carrying him?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
one arm.
Yeah.
They were doing pull-ups.
Pull-ups, yeah.
And I have to say, the physicality throughout is just
Oh, God,
amazing.
it's so great.
Like you have to be fit to do this movie.
Yeah, and then they go jogging, which is so great. Just all their movements were amazing, especially because they owned a restaurant called Quickie Burger, and the gist was that they had to get that food out really fast, and to see their burger making, and they're strapped together, and their CGI ketchup mustard squirting onto the burgers is so awesome.
The tomato that he's slicing perfectly onto each bun.
Yeah. And when they were, what's his name? Matt Damon was cooking the burgers, and Greg Kinnear was putting them together, and he would throw the burger to Greg, but
Yeah.
he had a little shaker of spices, and he'd go boop boop on the counter with that, and then he'd throw him a burger, and boop boop, throw him
Yeah,
a burger.
right.
And they didn't even look at each other, and I'm sure it was all completely real.
It was, let's just say that was whoever the choreographer was. Including the fight scenes and the scene where they fight each other.
That was
Oh
hilarious.
Yeah.
gosh! Don't you run away from me?
Oh my gosh. And then, don't you run? There were so many of those. And I have seen this movie so many times, but there were one-liners that I didn't even pick up on
yeah.
until today.
That always-
Like when they pretend that Greg Kinnear hurt himself, he says, "I fell off my unicycle."
Yeah.
Died.
Well, or you got a dart in your head, you dumb shit. That was funny. I enjoyed Rocket quite a bit.
Oh, yeah,
Rocket,
Rocket was
oh
funny.
God. And at the very end, when it's literally like the cast party.
Oh, that very end.
And
I
he
cried.
gives his
I'm not gonna
speech of
deny.
thanks. Yeah, I think it was worth
So
crying.
Rocket is an individual. He's probably in his 30s, and he's intellectually disabled, and and he's just given as good as he's getting in
Oh,
this movie.
he is so good.
He's really good. And
He's
the fact
spicy.
and at the end, he thanks everybody. He's just so sincere and sweet and nice.
Yeah, and that's
thankful.
after the credits.
Right.
So it's not actually part of the movie, so keep watching until the end.
He's calling him by name. He's calling him Matt and Greg.
Oh,
right,
see, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. I was dinking around with something,
so
and I didn't know
great.
it was there. And then he starts talking, and I'm like, is this part of the movie? Is this like Ferris Bueller?
And okay, let's talk about the sports. Okay,
Yeah.
a two-bodied goalie, and yet no one seems to have a problem with
Nobody
that.
anywhere has a
Two-
problem.
People don't want a transgender person swimming in a swim race, but these guys
can
are
have
a
a two-person.
two-bodied goalie.
Well, did you notice how much, their small town didn't bat an eye?
No, everyone was so
they
used to it.
Greg Kinnear was an actor, and so Matt Damon just sort of
Oh
hung
God! And he
limply
had
while
such stage fright,
he had
but
stage
just
fright.
the dripping with
and then
sweat.
Greg Kinnear's this really good actor,
It's
and
so funny.
and then they moved to LA, and it's very predictable. People call them
Sure.
freaks and stuff.
Oh,
but,
sure.
But
they're
they didn't
oblivious.
Seem to, they're
No.
oblivious to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't
What
seem to
is
have
it,
like a culture shock.
Eva.
Mendez.
Yeah, she plays
Yeah.
April. I only remember
April
that 'cause
and May.
April and May.
Whatever.
She goes, yeah.
She's like meets them in the apartment complex they live in together, and she's talking to them, and then she just goes, "Oh, you guys are together anyway," and
Yeah,
or
she does it.
connected, and then she just keeps telling her story, which is a very mundane story. Like,
Yeah,
And
where
then
I went today.
yeah.
And then she asks who did your work or who did
Yeah.
it. Like she thought that
And
they
then
had
goes on.
cosmetic
Okay.
surgery. Yeah,
All right.
yeah, and she's absolutely gorgeous and
Oh, yeah.
hilarious and engaging, and just
She's
plays
their
this
good
kind of
friend.
She's gorgeous and everything, but she plays kind of this dork, and
Yeah, she's sweet.
I liked it. I liked that. That was fun.
Yeah, yeah, and she's there, for she hangs out with them. She
She
goes
lives
to the
in
club.
their apartment
Yeah.
building, and
Yeah.
and her and Greg are
That
good
apartment
together.
building is like a really rundown Melrose Place.
It's very kitschy. It's very campy.
I love it. Oh my
The
God.
pool is
And
green water.
yeah, you don't swim in that pool.
No, probably. What?
It's just so much ridiculousness when at the end of when he does that performance where he is Truman Capote.
He did a great job.
Of course he did. It was funny
Looked like him.
as hell. With Matt
About Truman
Damon sitting
Capote's
back there
ass.
like trying to squeeze the sweat out of his eyeballs. And then so they're backstage getting ready to give him his congratulations or whatever, and Matt Damon goes, okay, here he comes, and then he spins around. That was a good one. Oh man. And then he goes, you can be my stunt double in LA.
Yeah. Just the way they dealt with stuff. They get to LA and they're on a bus and accidentally the door closed.
Yes.
In between them, so Matt Damon's
Come
character
on.
Bob is out there knocking on the window.
Poor
while,
Bob.
While Greg's character Walt is hitting on a girl on the bus.
Oh yeah.
And then
So oblivious.
they're taking a shower, or Walt's taking a shower,
Oh, yeah.
but
why aren't they just together?
and Bob is outside the shower dressed like the Gordon's
I
fisherman.
wrote that exact thing, Jody.
And
I
then-
wrote that. The Gordon's Fisher.
And then just
Trust the
these
Gordon
little things.
fisherman.
And 90s Walt. Oh, he was cute. When they'd have these flashbacks to
Oh,
when
yeah.
they were doing stuff like playing tennis.
Yes.
Like Bob played tennis and Walt just hung out and ran around and followed, obviously, wherever he went. But again, the strength and physicality was amazing.
So great.
Yeah, they were also pitchers and
Yes.
the football
Oh
team's
yeah,
quarterback.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Quarterback and like a running back or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
One was one and one was the other.
Oh my
And Meryl
God.
Streep happened to see the championship game when she was visiting Martha's Vineyard, because that's where this takes place.
Yes.
So that's pivotal. That's
Yes,
a pivotal
we love
detail.
we love the Meryl Streep aspect. Oh my gosh.
They run into her at a restaurant in LA, and they talked about.
Was she eating tacos?
She wasn't eating tacos.
They had the best tacos in LA.
LA. You gotta go hiking in LA.
Extra points to people who know what we're referencing. But yeah, so yeah. That's cute. They talked to Meryl Streep, invite her over to the whatever the apartment complex was called. But anyway, they invited her over for a cookout. She's like, yeah. And then she remembers. She goes, oh, because she's kind of like, this is awkward.
Yeah.
I'm eating lunch, and then she goes, you were in that football championship, and then so then they start. Then now they're friends.
Yep.
So
yep. That comes into play later.
And then
when he does his final, he's been dying to do that show for years and years.
yeah,
And it was great.
Musical Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes.
Bonnie and Clyde, and talk about the his first audition that he didn't really go on. That there wasn't an audition
with Cher.
No,
Pavlov's
dong.
Yes, he is cast in a porno, and then he's standing there in a banana hammock with a cheetah print, and Matt Damon's in like a rugby shirt, and because he's not there to act. Oh, I love that. So many of those things,
and they just kind of shuffle off.
Oh yeah, they don't do that. That's not their thing. He's a serious actor.
Well, and they had originally gone to the wrong studio, and it was Cher, and she was snarky, and she's like, nope, you're in the wrong place. And then as they're leaving from the porno, they run into Cher again, and Cher has been roped into doing this.
She's better than that. She doesn't want to do a sitcom.
Well, and she doesn't give a goat's butthole what anyone else thinks.
Right.
She's trying to get out of
scheming.
She's trying to get out of this TV show. She's like, oh, I can pick my co-star. So she picks Greg Kinnear. Or Walt. Sorry, Walt Tenner.
Walt Tenner.
But I'm really more of a baritone.
Oh. And Matt Damon is so innocent in this one. Bob.
He's so cute.
Little sweet potato.
We didn't even talk about his girlfriend.
Yeah, he's been
so
onlining her for a few years.
I did not like that whole trope of her not realizing they were stuck together.
I know.
It was I mean, I know like you're supposed to suspend your belief and all that stuff, but
I think it
made her seem dumb. And I like
think
that.
Naive.
Yeah.
Is how I saw her.
Like made her
wildly naive.
Yeah.
Like when she has the panic attack that he does.
Yeah, they're the same. That's what I see. Is she's the same as Matt
that
Damon.
Helped
Bob.
Bridge their it made him more comfortable.
Your brother doesn't give you much space, does he?
What?
No, they were very the same. What was I gonna say? About her. May Fong. Not that she doesn't. Oh, I know what it was. Is there's a point where I think the guys are at a restaurant or something. It was after Walt realizes that Bob never told May that they were conjoined, and that's almost the first time where they feel like embarrassed or any kind of shame, like that there's, kind of like you weren't honest with who you are, and that is super hurtful. I thought we were okay, we are who we are, that kind of thing. So that moment kind of, that's, you feel a little more something right there, is like, it's easy to forget that they're conjoined twins, but oh my gosh. And when they do all go out to the bar and they have that fight scene, it's so amazing. Like, they literally leave the entire dance floor on the floor. Literally.
Well, Gary Valentine did start it.
Oh, that guy. Was that a wig?
With his hair.
That was the worst.
It was the worst, but it was the best. The worst rug was the
Morty.
The agent and his little scooter.
It seemed like it was gas powered.
Yeah, like at one point he's driving alongside the car, and at one point he circles through their place. Like, let's go. And when he has that wig on and he's trying to give the demands, he's like, at least $1,200 an episode or a week. And then he goes, in the dressing room, coffee, none of that cheap stuff. We want the good stuff. Folgers crystals. And what about the brother? Well, he can have his own dressing room.
He was a little behind, and he was going to get $50
a week.
Yeah. And why doesn't Matt Damon just take a Xanax? Why is
Because
that?
it would affect Walt.
That's true. They share a liver.
So they got mad. So Walt's mad at Bob, and he starts drinking and smoking and
Yes.
stuff. And
You're
Bob
right.
has most of the liver,
And that's
so
why he was
it affected him.
Bob was the designated driver.
Bob was the designated driver, and Walt was drunk off his butt.
He snatches a purse.
He snatches a purse accidentally.
Mug
They get
shot.
maced.
And then
Bob gets maced.
Only Matt Damon gets arrested, and they close him inside the cell.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another point when that. Oh, I love that actor Dante.
Oh yeah,
I
Dante,
love
said that
him.
too.
He's so great.
Get it?
That's another time when Walt's being made fun of.
Yeah.
And it's it's
And
maybe
he doesn't care.
Well, he's just it just goes over his head because they're just not used to it.
Yeah.
In their hometown, like you said earlier, like nobody bats an eye.
You're like, visiting hours are over in 10 minutes. You're going to have to wrap it up and get going. And he can't.
Ugh. And then probably my favorite part is you get toward the end and they go ahead and they get separated. I'm sorry, they're very old adults, and I don't know that ever happens in real life, but it's okay. So then they get separated, and I like that they put them on the opposite sides.
I noticed that.
In
was
their
amazing.
beds.
Yeah.
And then when they try to walk and stuff.
And they fall over because they're used to leaning.
Yeah.
When they each go the other way and fall down.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So much physical comedy. And then when Greg Kinnear tries to do a fight scene in another role, and all he can do is like spin around backwards and push his butt into the guy. And they're like, what are you doing? They're a little bit lost without one another.
And he can't he goes, Bob goes back to the restaurant.
He can't keep up.
He can't keep up. He can't do anything. He's a mess.
Yeah. And then
Nobody comes to the restaurant anymore.
right. And then the jukebox turns on and it's Greg Kinnear and
he's back.
And he's back and he plays something that's
Very romantic.
very romantic and Bob comes out and he goes, "You fag." Which obviously inappropriate, but still the delivery is funny.
But brothers are gonna do that.
The delivery is funny.
Still,
yeah, it's okay. It's a movie, and it's so then he elbows that jukebox and it's Raining Men is the next thing. That's so priceless. So what is the best part is they decide to come back and work together, and they strap themselves together again.
Yeah, and the restaurant is full and they're doing their shenanigans,
and they work so much better just attached.
And then they and then he does get his musical.
Walt does that, and I got the impression from what they had said is that Walt basically did one production a year.
Yeah.
And so, well, that's weird. Like they don't have a community theater.
It's just
or maybe
Walt.
that is it, and that's
That
just what
probably
they do. But his production of his Bonnie and Clyde musical was fantastic. I mean, of course, we only saw one musical number.
But who was in it?
Meryl Streep.
Or was it
Meryl
Streel? Meryl Streep, and then Rocket was in it, and he was really good.
God, it was so good.
Everybody was really
and
good.
It was
and
beautiful. Like you could tell, the production value was great.
The costumes were great. The
choreography was awesome.
Yep. So
and
yeah.
who came to watch it? Ava Mendez.
Yes,
April,
of course.
And what's Bob's wife, May.
Yep. And they all lived happily ever after.
And May's pregnant with baby.
May. Oh, very. So yeah, this.
It's highly inappropriate in so many ways, but it's very sweet and it's gentle.
It is, and strange.
And strange and campy.
Yes, and it's...
And I love the lady who played the waitress. She's
she's
another actress that you see a lot.
Yes.
She's like 106 years old in this movie.
Oh my goodness. We got a tester on table 6. But yeah, it all turns out
what's the
in a
lesson
fantastic
here?
way.
You must stick next to your brother. I don't know. No, thank you.
I think one of the main themes that they're trying to do, and I don't know if they pull it off successfully, but that your abnormalities are your strengths.
Yeah.
So because they do
embrace.
Like especially
Be
with
who
all
you
the
are.
sports, they're
Yeah.
like it's actually better to be a conjoined twin if you can be a hockey goalie and a
Heck
pitcher,
yeah.
and you can be two parts of a quarterback and a
Yeah.
receiver team, and I think that's what they were kind of trying to
Sure.
Yeah.
overreaching
Overreaching.
theme.
Overarching.
Yeah, overarching. That's the right word.
Um,
Not over. Well, it was a little overreach.
It was at parts.
It
It
was
was
a little
like
too much
woo.
for me sometimes.
For some reason, the date scene in the bar before the fight.
Yeah.
See, with a bunch of these movies, at some point I get really annoyed and I want to stop watching or fast forward, but I don't. I got really annoyed. It was too much awkward. It was just too much. I was like, you could have stopped the awkward a minute ago.
But they are
Gary
awkward.
Valentine was necessary. He was so
They
cheesy.
are awkward, and they have to be in order to, you
Yeah,
know,
that's part of the whole
pretend
thing.
like, I mean, obviously we know, and we're like, how can you not notice that they are always on top of each other? I don't think I would think that was normal if I met them. I'd be like,
But she's also very like shy and tentative and
yeah, super
you know.
insecure.
slightly innocent.
Very much, just like Matt Damon's character.
And Julius.
Julius.
Julius from
Schwarzenegger.
Twins.
Oh, yeah. See? A lot of
Also
similarities.
innocent.
Yeah.
That in the shower scene. They both have a shower scene. That's
I like.
I'm
well,
in the shower.
It just reminded me that in Twins, Danny DeVito names his cat Julius,
Yeah.
and he's like, "You
Oh.
named your cat Julius," and it's a calico cat, so it's actually a girl.
That's
Just saying,
funny.
I'm a
That's
nerd,
funny.
but I have a
You have.
I have a girl Gus dog, so I get it. It's fine.
Everything's good.
Everything is good. So yeah, I would definitely insist that everyone watch this movie. I love it, and I don't think there's a part of the movie that I don't love. I have belly laughs still, and like I said, I picked up more little joke that I
Right. That you didn't
yeah
catch before.
because
There's
I
a
was
lot,
watching
like,
it for homework.
I'm gonna say I don't think this is a must see personally. Like
It's kind
It's
of
okay.
It's kind of a
It's
sleeper. It's a surprise.
I don't think you shouldn't watch it, but I'm not gonna say you gotta run and go watch this movie
Oh.
right now. I thought it would. I don't know. I guess I would like to get a perspective on actual conjoined twins and whether this movie was
Well-
uplifting or a little offensive.
Let me tell you this, that the final credits, the song that's playing is being sung by the conjoined twins that they refer to from Oregon.
Okay.
She's a singer and her sister is not.
Are they the ones that are?
They're
country-
at the
at the
head.
that's right.
Yes.
And they
the
one of them's in a
calls herself Reba.
yes.
Yeah, and so she's the voice singing that song and likely wrote it.
Probably.
I didn't look into that, but yeah, I mean, they're a very interesting pair of sisters. So very cool. So there's that. I mean, if
They
she's
had
gonna
to-
sing the
they had
song,
to-
you gotta have a sense of
Had to
humor.
have been okay with it.
I would think. My God, just the obstacles. If you didn't have a sense of humor,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
it would be so hard to get along in life. Just especially those two, because they're at very different sizes. And like you said, the Reba uses a stool that rolls.
It's a really tall,
yeah. And so it's anyway,
I need
challenge.
to look into that.
Yeah.
Into the country music singing twins.
Yes. There is a documentary
yeah.
about them.
And they've been on countless
Yep.
shows and stuff. so.
Yep. Very interesting. So yeah.
I didn't dislike it, but I don't think it for me was yes, you must see it.
I think your life would be just that much richer for having seen it.
I'm gonna, I own this on
it's
DVD.
It's 2 hours of. It's not a waste of time anyway. I mean, you watch some movies and you go, I can't believe I can't.
Well, Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear are great actors, so
they're phenomenal.
Are great
They're
in this
phenomenal.
movie, and the physical humor is worth it. Just the choreography of the fight scenes, just all that.
And it
is
starts out with a
worth it.
Pixies song, so it can't. Be
There you
bad.
go. There you go.
There goes your.
All right, Twins Week. Oh, Wendy's got the jar out.
Yeah. So we're good wrapping up.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So for the next episode, we will be doing summer camp movies, and it will be Meatball and Little Darling.
Oh my God. Oh my
Little
God.
darlings.
Christy McNichol. These are oldies.
1979 and 1980.
These are oldies, but
right.
classic. You will love it.
Okay,
All
so
right. See you next week, Bean Flickers. Love you. Bye.